What's up? I'm your host, Inspirational. Chapter 43 is out on Webtoons, Monday, March 2nd, 2020. Now let's begin. So we left off last chapter with Lauren finishing off her shift and running directly to Kirian's lair, where she finds out that he slaughtered all of the Loon prisoners, as well as the guards up to the 15th floor of the prison. Kirian starts off with his usual sarcastic humor about everything as his way of deflecting the pain and trauma that he inflicted just a couple hours ago. He continues this until Lauren says the line, "Just how heartless are you?" And then his facial expression changes completely to one that looks dead inside, almost like in a state that he is when he goes on a job. He takes on the persona of the purple Hyacinth, the leader, and kills and slaughters anyone in the way just so he can get closer to the said leader of the Phantom Side. He breaks physically when Lauren calls him a monster, and you can see the transition from the text to the next panel that engulfs his face into the black cloud of monster. The impact panel is what I call it when the contrast is reversed and his black is in the back and monsterified, with elongated nails and a glitch-like effect coming from his body, as well as the eerie glow on his eyes. It's quite, as the namesake says, impactful. You get hit with the white background, which we haven't seen all chapter because of the gloomy setting of Kirian's lair/apartment, and overall, Purple Hyacinth generally has a gloomy aesthetic, and this effect, this panel hasn't been seen before, especially in the series. Purple Hyacinth quickly disarms Lauren. Clearly, she hasn't learned anything since she first sparred with them when they first teamed up, because she still gets taken down and trapped. He begins to describe other acts of murder that he was assigned to commit, such as the one on 12/12 on some random year on Hanbury Street. Now I don't know if the street has been referenced in the series yet, but the street itself in our world is associated with Jack the Ripper. On 8/8/1888, Annie Chapman was found with her intestines sprawled across her face and shoulders, and her throat was cut so deep that you could see her spine. Now Kirian just one-upped that by murdering so many people the street was stained red. The saddest part was when the only line that he actually lied in, when he was ranting about killing people and cutting their hearts out and watching the family, face that fear, is the line that, "And I've always been this way, a monster is," when he gets back into his headspace and he actually lets go of Lauren, who he could have killed on the spot. Although he clearly regrets the things that he does, when he takes on that persona, Kirian has to enjoy himself to complete the task, which is maybe why Lauren can't actually detect any lies if he really believes it in that state of mind. This could be Harvey believing himself and how he could maybe avoid detection of lies by Lauren, or maybe she just didn't pay attention to him so she couldn't pick it up. The clues had been dropped off for us to follow Kirian's train of thought, his next train of thought about how Lauren doesn't really care about all the people he killed except Anslow, because he had some potential information for her personal case that she's been looking for so long for a clue, and she finally got one. She got the card to meet Anslow the next day, and Kirian just went and slaughtered up everyone. And Kirian really ruined that chance to investigate Anslow. She can't even come up with a good comeback when Kirian calls her a selfish hypocrite, because she had just accused him of not feeling any remorse when Lauren herself might not even care. It was also Lauren that set the boundaries of no discussing anything outside of their mutual interests, and she threw that on his face like a hypocrite, calling him, having no remorse when she herself doesn't. Well, that's all for the chapter. This is the first of many chapter reviews. Make sure to heart the chapter on Webtoons every time you finish reading and comment to be a part of the community. Subscribe, do the bell thing, YouTube algorithm and whatnot to get access to these reviews every week. My social media can be found by searching Inspirational on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Shout out to my designer. You can find his work on Instagram at JadenV_photography. See y'all next week.